Okay, right now we're going to melt our wax, and I put in about a ½ inch of water into the pan, and it's heating, and I have about a heaping 2 cups of soybean flakes. That makes about a ½ pound of melted wax. This will make about 2 candles. And you can play with this. This is something that you'll learn as you make your candles, and if you like your candles more full, you'll put more wax in, and you'll move on from there. Okay, I'm checking out my wax now, and it's gotten a little too hot, so I had to turn my stove top down a little bit, and it's melting nicely, and we're going to add our color, and once it's completely liquefied, we're going to add our color and our scent, and then we'll be ready to pour our candle. All right, my wax is completely liquefied now. I'm going to turn off my heat, and we're going to go ahead and start making our candles. This tin is hot. You need to use an oven mitt so you don't burn your hand. Moving along to our station, to where our color is.
And I think we're going to go with, we've got this nice purple, and I'm just going to shave off a real tiny bit of it. It's amazing how quickly the color will come out on this. Remember, since the wax is so hot, when I shave the bar like this, it's just becoming dark purple so quickly, almost like a plum color. And all I'm doing is just using a regular knife and just sort of shaving off some corner edges. And again, I'm just using such a small flake. If any of you bake, you know how it is to use the chocolate bars and put shavings in. It's just like the same thing. So that is nice and plum purple, and I think we're going to go with that color. And then we picked this Christmas Bunny's 5th scent, which is a nice cinnamon old-fashioned Christmas fragrance. We're going to use that for our fragrance. So this is all nice and mixed. I'm going to kind of just, it's cooled off a little, I can hold it. I'm just kind of leaning it a little bit so you can see the color. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but it is a nice plum purple.
And it looks dark in the pan, but it won't, once it dries or cools,
it can lighten up a little.
It'll lighten up.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid of it being too dark. It'll turn out great.
Next, we're going to prep the container we're going to use for our candle. What we like to do is we're going to take these wicks that came in the kit, and we're going to set them in the wax. Kind of helps to anchor them, drip them off a little bit. Just going to place them right in the center next to each other, maybe about a dime apart in width, so the wicks will anchor nicely. And that's before we add the fragrance. We haven't added the fragrance yet, and this is now Laura's going to work on the fragrance.
Okay, we're going to talk about our fragrance, and we're using Christmas on East 5th Street. It's a nice Christmassy scent. And the key here is to not use any more than 1½ ounces of scent for every pound of wax we're using. And today we've made a ½ pound batch of wax, so we only want to use a ½ ounce of scent. And you can play with this a little bit, depending on what your likes are for your fragrance.
You just don't want to get too strong, or it'll be too dominating. You want a nice even scent in your candle. So
and you don't want it to mess up the composition of your candle also. So here we're going to pour in our scent.
Oh, it smells good.
It smells great.
Mix it up here a little. The color's nice and even, and now the fragrance is in, and our pan's cooled off considerably. So
I think we're ready to pour.
So we can just pour our candle in here. I'm trying to lift it. You want to help me do that? Oh, isn't it pretty? And there you go.
Great.
And that made one candle. So we'll set it over here. Something we like to do is just use, if you need to, use something to kind of hold your wicks up center. And this will take a little while for the wax to cool, but you can just set there like that, scoot it back away from things so it doesn't fall off the ledge. The nice thing is, again, with it being an all-natural and the soybean, you can see I just dipped it in the hot wax, and obviously it doesn't hurt my hand at all. It's very soft to the touch. smells really nice too. So I'm using it as a hand lotion. And that's it.
And if you have a little bit of extra wax, you can always use a cupcake paper, and you can make, we didn't have much extra wax on that, but you can make a tart, and you can use it on a melter.
Yeah, and those little tart melters that are real popular right now, you just would let this liquefy. It takes, a few hours to let it cool, and it peels off just like a little peanut butter cup. And you take it out, and you take that little bar, and then just break it in the melter, set it in the melter, and with your fragrance, and it'll scent up your whole kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, we've waited a couple hours for our candle to cool, and it's set up nicely. It smells awesome. It smells really good. So you just take your wick trimmer, or you could use scissors at home. We do sell these.
Trim it down. And we generally trim it, I don't know how well you can see this, just like the distance of your pinky. So you have just enough to get the candle started, and then it'll start a nice, clean, even burn.
Looks great.
It smells wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Now just for some final impact, we're going to light the candle. And generally what you'll want to do is let the candle sit for 24 hours so the wax gets nice and hard. And we wanted to light the candle so you can see how nice it burns. Now we've also had a candle that, I don't know if you remember, we actually lit at the very beginning of the video, and now here it is. This is a few hours later. You can see you're getting a perfect usage of it's burning all the way through. Unlike a lot of candles with natural soy with no additives, you're getting a clean burn, perfect pull.
Okay, and if you do spill a little bit of your wax, it's no problem, because you just take hot soapy water and wipe it clean, and you should be all set.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
making candle with us.